Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to connect your MacBook up to your grade level team folder. So the first thing we have to do in order to get that accomplished is to go to the Blackboard site and log in. And here you can see I've opened up a tab within my browser. I'm going to type in bb.asij.ac.jp, very similar to the email address. We're just putting bb in front, which stands for Blackboard. When I've done that, I can click on it, and here's my Blackboard. You're going to need to type in your username, and then once you're logged in, you're going to have to look at your classes. Now, my classes, I have a lot of options, as you can see. Hopefully you won't have that many. So I'm going to scroll down until I find my team. Well, here we go. I'm going to just, for this example, choose grade 2. And once I've found it, I'm going to click on it. And then once I've clicked on it, over to the left-hand side, you should see something which says web folders. So I'm going to click on this little arrow here, and you can see that's taken me into the ES Grade 2 team folder. Well, that's great, but I don't want to have to keep coming here through internet all the time to get to my stuff. That's a little bit kind of awkward. So I want to have this team folder attached like any other folder on my actual computer. And so then I just have to go to that folder with one click rather than going into the internet. So to do that, we have to set up the shared location right here, and I'll click. Now, once this is set up, you've got all of your instructions if you'd like to set up the folder on the Mac OS. There are a few other options you can add to this, which I'm going to take you through on a tutorial. But basically, all of these options here are instructions I'm going to walk through right now. So instruction number 1, let's copy what is inside this box here. So I'm going to do a 2-click press on my mouse. That's like the old right click on a PC, and I'm going to copy. Great. Once I've done that, I now need to go and open up my Finder. So I'm going to go down to the dock at the bottom, select my Finder app, and click on it once. And that will bring up the Finder for me right here. So, next step, go and connect to server. And if I connect to server in here, I'm going to get rid of what's there already. That's my personal one, and I'm going to paste in the ES Grade 2 team. I'm going to add it to this list down here as well, just in case for some reason I get disconnected or have to do it again. I don't want to have to go back and find all this, so if I press plus, there it is, so it's stored for later use if I need it. Now I've done that, I'm going to click on connect. And it's connected. You may be asked to enter a username and password. And if you are, please enter that, but also make sure that you click on a checkbox that says remember password. That's really important. Otherwise, every time you open these, you're going to have to be adding them, entering a password rather. So there we go. That's the team setup. And if you look over here, it's part of my shared folder. There it is. Under Blackboard 2, I could click on this, and then just like any other folder on the left hand side of my Finder, we can see all of the Blackboard options here. Okay, so that's great, but the only trouble is just the next time you shut down and restart your computer, this connection will be lost. So we just need one last step to make sure that every time you switch on your computer within ASIJ, that the Blackboard drives or folders are put back here automatically without you having to think about it. So as soon as you switch on your computer, you'll see right down here these shared drives will all be there automatically. So here's the steps for doing that. Okay, so if you have a look at the top here, you will see this the name of the folder we're in. What we're going to have to do is do a, well, how shall I explain this? It's like doing a right click, which means pressing two fingers down on the trackpad at the same time while having the cursor over this drive name. So if I do that correctly, I should then see the name of my MacBook coming up, and I'm going to let go. Now that part is done, step one. The next step is to come down to your system preferences and click that. And once we're into system preferences, we should see an icon called users and groups, and we're going to click on this one, and then or double click, single click in fact, my bad. Then from here we're going to go over to login items and click on login items. So what we're going to do with this, I'm going to just click and move my window. You can see there's the one behind from the Finder, and you can see my ES Grade 2 team. I'm going to take this ES Grade 2 team and drop it. So I'll click first of all to select it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to drag and drop it into here. Okay. So what this has done is put it into login items, which means as soon as the computer logs in and gets onto the internet, it will automatically load all of these things for you, one of which is my personal drive, one of which is my Grade 2 team drive. So that's actually everything done. Now it's only a one-time job really, unless you change computer, which hopefully you won't have to do. You've got all of this set up. I can just now exit out and I'll be fine, and I will have my Blackboard folders right here under the shared drive. So that's how to set up your team Blackboard folder. Just to prove it, I'll double click so we can go in and we can see now it's acting just like a regular folder on the desktop or in the document. One thing that people forget is that once you've done this, you no longer need to actually log in to Blackboard here. You only need to log into Blackboard here if you wanted to get this address and these instructions. So you don't need to do that when you want access. Of course you need to log into Blackboard though if, for example, you wanted to get access to all of the Tech at ASIJ tutorials. So at this point you're going to need to add that. Use your internet login to get to these ones, and here you can see they're all set up. Okay, good luck with that.